some donuts. Y'all already know what time it is. It's like 8 o'clock on a Saturday here in Kansas City. Shouts out to that Kansas City time zone. So, you know how we do. We get up early because Dragon Ball ain't going to watch itself, right? Been waiting all week for this one. Because y'all know on the 7th, toyotaro actually, as the video title says, came out with his public announcement. So, hell, I ain't finna hold y'all up all day. If y'all ain't ready to get into it, I don't even know why you're here. Probably because you was scrolling in your For You page or something. But you know, we do vertical, so this is where we going. Look, 5 minute highlights. Why don't they have that over on my other channel? But that's another problem I'll figure out later. They give me 1 minute highlights over there, but over here we be rolling them. So that is what it is. But let's get straight to it because you know it's a good video today. Good video. We got part 3 and 4 of what if Vegeta in the future survived. Yeah, I probably don't like that how it's gonna end, but you know. Okay, we need the scene because I almost forgot to start the Rumble recording. See, it takes a lot of work to put in all this work. What up, my guy? Good to see you. How you doing? Hopefully you had a good week. If not, we gonna have a super Saturday. Y'all know to go check out my dude Jaden. He's actually a moderator. I appreciate that fact because hopefully he gonna sit here and have a good time with us today. This is what we do. Dragon Ball every Saturday. For those that don't know. Appreciate the thumbs up.
Alright, so we've got a ton of stuff to talk about here involving Dragon Ball Super's author Toyotaro, the future of the series, what he's doing, and this guy Toyotaro has done a lot of media, a lot of appearances in the last few days. There have been people, thankfully, from the Dragon Ball fandom that have covered it, and I'm going to give them all shout outs here in this video. Because they deserve it. They're the ones that actually went to the event and got this information. There was an event in France and one in Japan. And what I wanted to do is wait until this whole weekend was over with and then kind of compile everything that I think is necessary for this video for you. So make sure you watch the video all the way to the end so you don't miss anything because I have a lot to discuss. But I'm not going to go over every single thing. Like, there's things that I don't find relevant, but that are still interesting that I'll tell you about that you can check out with the interviews. But again, links to all that will be provided. First, I want to just get to the beginning here. So, Toyotaro, Nakatsuru, and Torishima, the three of them together recently appeared on a panel and they discussed memories of Toriyama. They discussed like Toyotaro and the Dragon Ball Super manga. And there were some pretty interesting questions that were brought up to Toyotaro and you know, and he answered them, including like confirming some things that many of us had suspected. So we're gonna kill all the fake rumors here on this video. You're gonna get all the real stuff here. So I want to start with this article written by db-z.com. They are a French website. The article's both in French and in English. It's a summary of the Q&A that they did, and I want to jump down to question 6 here because this is something that people have debated on for a while, and I've talked about it a lot too, and that is Toriyama being credited as the writer of Dragon Ball Super, because he's credited as that in the Super manga chapters,
What
even the
up, Blue
ones that
Dragon?
he
Good to
wasn't
see.
even there to write.
What's
The
that?
real writer has
Adrex.
always been
Appreciate you saying
Toyotaro,
hi.
and
Let me know
Toriyama's
who's
been
here.
kind of the overseer, and he approves stuff. So Toyotaro said right here, the question is, Akira Toriyama's credited as the writer on Dragon Ball Super. Has his death changed how you approach the manga? So we're straight up talking about the future of the Super manga after the passing of Toriyama. Toyotaro says we had two main working styles. I'd write the story, I send it to Toriyama, and he'd give the okay or not. Or sometimes he'd write a story and send it to me. I'd check if I could adapt it, send back my version, and he'd approve it or not. So as you can see, a good portion of the story already came from me. That's why I think it's not impossible for me to continue the series, but it won't be easy either. So the first of all, he's saying that he's down to continue Dragon Ball Super. Like he's fine with doing it without Toriyama, but he talks about difficulties, which makes sense because Toriyama is the lore master. Any questions you may have about the universe or anything like that, Toriyama's the best person to ask, and he's no longer with us. But I've been talking about this for a long time. For
Now, the whole thing about it is that y'all know how I feel about it. We all know Master Akira Toriyama was Master Troll, okay? Journey into the West is the story he's trolling. So, therefore, that's the only thing you got to do moving forward. You got to troll Journey into the West. You got to take the things that make sense over in Journey to the West and troll it over in Dragon Ball. So Goku is like forever and ever going to be a story that's writable because you have a story that was based on forever and ever that you could troll about, which is why well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I ain't gonna spoil it for the people that ain't seen it, but I will, because if you ain't seen it by now, I don't know what type of Dragon Ball fan you are. You wait till Saturdays to get Dragon Ball content? Nah, they've been talking about this since the 7th, which was like Monday. So shouts out to y'all for being patient enough to wait for me though, because I appreciate that part of the game, right? Right.
for a long time, the Dragon Ball Super manga does not function like the Dragon Ball manga. And this is why there have been some debates about canon, because a lot of the Super manga takes what Toriyama wrote in a manuscript for the anime, like all of the, black art, terminal power, and then changes things or adds things. That's why the Goku Black arc was different in the manga, because Toyotaro made those changes and Toriyama approved them. But when you get to the post anime stuff, like post TOP, I was covering this as it was coming out. Moro was written primarily by Toyotaro, although Toriyama came up with the character of Moro, and Toriyama would approve it or disapprove of whatever Toyotaro was doing. So he would fix the art or he'd give him suggestions. The Granola arc, on the other hand, Toyotaro himself said Toriyama wrote that arc and Toyotaro filled it in. So Toriyama would write a very basic outline, a little bit of backstory on the characters, what's going to happen, where the story goes, and then Toyotaro takes that and draws it and makes it all kind of pan out. So the Dragon Ball Super manga is already completely different creatively than the OG Dragon Ball manga from 94 to 95, from Pilaf to Boot. That was Toriyama with his editors approving it, but it was all from his mind. So, again, that's why these canon debates can get complicated, because Toriyama's not only a different man, but his position was different during Super. Now, there's more questions here that I think are really interesting. So, if you want to learn more about Nakatsuru and his part in Dragon Ball Daima and Z and GT and how he worked his way up, again, I'll leave links to this in the comment or in the description. I might even put a pinned comment. We'll see. Now, I want to go to this question because the question is, okay, what's next? Is Super going to continue or not? And this is a very big thing because, man, this question has come up for the past year since Toriyama passed away. They continue to say in V-Jump that Dragon Ball Super is on hiatus. They have not announced that it's over. They have not announced that it's continuing. They're just saying it's on a hiatus, which means that you would assume it would come back at some point. But there's no date. There's no date for its return. Nothing. So of course they're going to ask these guys, because why not? So the question is, the Dragon Ball franchise has evolved a lot. Some compare it to Star Wars with both good and bad. Well, I think Dragon Ball has kept its heart a lot more than Star Wars did since the Disney purchase. Star Wars has changed a lot. So how do you see its future as a franchise? Torishima immediately says, you're asking us? That's really a question for Shueisha or Toei Animation or whoever manages Toriyama's rights. So this is important because I saw some people blaming Toriyama.
That's that whole waiting on the lawsuits and all that shit to get settled out, and then whoever's running it is be the people that he's like, okay, y'all won. With the other two people, like he said, hey, y'all can buy a show for me also, because I can write y'all a Dragon Ball GT if you want. Something that's not the exact same story I've already done, right?
Calling him lazy. I saw some folks even saying, well, maybe he's still not over the passing of Toriyama. All that stuff is not being over the passing of Toriyama. That makes sense because he works so closely with him. Like, that makes sense, right? Dude's a legend. But this is not Toyotaro. This is Shueisha and Toei. They are the ones. They are the reason why you don't have more Dragon Ball Super, both anime and manga. They're the reason why we don't have movies. It's whatever they want. Now, I know what you're thinking, or some of you are thinking, what's going on with that behind-the-scenes legal issue? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I've done several videos about this, and I'll leave links to it, because I think I'm like the only one talking about this in this much detail. But what's happening is, Akio Iyoku started a new company called Capsule Corp Tokyo, and he wants to take over the anime and video games, not the manga. He wants to take over the direction of these things. So basically, Shueisha would still be the boss. They're the tippy top. Because Toriyama's no longer around, they have the rights to the series. They are the ones that can dictate when the manga comes back and what direction they're going to go in, and also Toei even has to get approval from them. But once everything gets lined up, then Toei can make whatever's next, movie or whatever, and Akio wants to be the one to kind of be the creative head moving forward. Because he's talked about how they left him like 10 years of ideas. He's talked about how there's more coming, but this behind the scenes issue is still ongoing. Now, there's no update for you. Did something change in Japan? Possibly. They're not going to tell us until a credible Japanese source, a Japanese newspaper, reports on this. I'm not believing anything, okay? So as far as I know, this discussion about Capsule Corp Tokyo is still ongoing. Daima, I asked Herms to look in the credits for Daima, and Capsule Corp Tokyo is not listed there. So presumably, because Daima was obviously Dragon Ball Magic, they started working on that in 2022. This is before the Akio company was made. So presumably, Capsule Corp Tokyo's role will be in future projects. And I want Akio to get it. You should want Akio to get it, because if Akio gets it, that's going to mean more video games, more anime. You know, he's not going to pressure Bandai Namco. Bandai wants to make Dragon Ball games because they make them a lot of money and because people want more Dragon Ball games. We're never going to stop having Dragon Ball games. That's just going to, even if Super ended tomorrow and they said no more, we're never going to not have games. It's just something will come out, you know, a Tenkaichi sequel, something, right? But Akio wants to be the one to push that, and that I trust him because he was actually closer to Toriyama than even Toyotaro, because Akio was actually meeting up with the guy based on reports that we've gotten and having discussions, and so I actually would trust him. Now, there is more. We ain't done just yet. I basically what I wanted to tell you is Shueisha and Toei are the ones that are the ones behind the lack of new Dragon Ball. Torishima says, originally Dragon Ball was a story Toriyama and I made together, but that's only one side of the coin. See, it it's true that Torishima helped him a lot, but it's still Toriyama. Like, he's the one that put the pen on the paper, you know. But Torishima definitely.
I like how it says in question 13 because I'm reading. So if you're not reading, you might not be able to see it. But it says down here, question 13. What do you think of how Trunks and Goten are handled? Yeah, we already know
Gave
how the kids
Toriyama
should be
criticism
handled.
and inspiration. The other side is the fans. We built and expanded Dragon Ball's world thanks to fan support. If the franchise grows by listening to fans, that's great. But if the goal is to grow it just for money, then everything will collapse. I hope it doesn't go in that direction. Well, unfortunately now, I feel like it's already in that direction, but part of me thinks that might not be the case, because if it was in that direction, don't you think that Toei would be milking it? There's two ways to look at this. They're either trying to make money, and some people have said that they're money hungry, and others have said they don't really care that much about money. So again, you're dealing with a Japanese company, Japanese culture, which is older men. The Shueisha top guys are all old guys. And I mean old, like some of them are in their 60s. And some of them are even older than that. So you're dealing with an antiquated company. Now,
So that's that old money. Hell, they all over 60. Damn. Damn. I mean, 60 is a good number, though. Be rolling.
what about Toyotaro? So there were rumors about Toyotaro having another manga he's working on, and there is a side project that that Toyotaro is working on. I want to give credit to Vaughn. Vaughn DBZ was the one that was getting all this information from Japan, and he was the one that found the QR code. So shout outs to Vaughn. Thank you for that. Enomis, I want to thank Enomis too for doing the translations of what Toyotaro said, where he said, again, it's not impossible to continue, but very hard. So we now know, based on reports that have come out, that Toyotaro's putting out a one-shot manga. Now, we don't know if it's going to be in V-Jump. We don't know if it's going to be and it's like it's just a solo, like, one-shot volume. But it says here it's 45 pages. It's just one. You can actually read it. So I'm not sure if it'll even get finished at this point. Like, I think you can read. They're all drafts. You can actually read them, but they're in Japanese. I think they're in Japanese. Let me see. Have they been translated? I can check. Lost Samurai. Okay, somebody did translate them. Okay, this is the draft for I know it looks really. It does not look very good, but this has nothing to do with Dragon Ball. This is a one shot. It's just 45 pages. It's not a continuing series. Toyotaro has been working on this for quite some time because he's probably waiting for Shueisha to call him about doing Super. He's probably waiting, and if this is your job is to write manga, what are you gonna do? Just sit around and not work for a year? I mean, he did not work for almost a year. I mean, he did put that one shot together, the super hero one with Clean God. But this Lost Samurai, I have not checked it out for myself, so I can't give you an opinion on it. But this is kind of what Toyotaro's been doing for fun. So this has nothing to do with Dragon Ball. It's just something he's been working on the side. So I wish there was more to report, but there's a ton more out there. Also, Piccolo de Mayonnaise revealed in his translations. Shout out to Piccolo de Mayonnaise that Toriyama really loved granola because and Toyotaro's happy about that because Toriyama didn't make any adjustments. He was like, that's it, perfect. And Toyotaro's the one that created Black Frieza. Toyotaro is the one who created Black Frieza. And then he goes on to say that when Toriyama died, he was a little bit lost and didn't know what to do, which, I mean, that makes sense, man. You're just,
hell no.
what do you do? This guy you've been working with for
Frieza's gonna be written like Myron
years,
Gaines.
man. Super manga started in 2015.
Shout out to the
And
shout out to that
he
part.
says that even though I was close to them, I felt like one among millions of fans. He grew up a fan of the original manga and the anime, so he is one of us. And also, he does say here, and this is my favorite thing that he says. This will be the last thing before I close out. He says, Dragon Ball, for me, is the #1 manga in the world. I don't think Dragon Ball should end. So he doesn't want it to end either, bro. That's what I'm saying. He wants to do it. It's Shueisha that's stopping him. If you want to be mad at someone, be mad at those fossils at Shueisha and Toei. Like, I hate those companies, man. Like, come on. He says, I'm not alone in working on it. It's the strength of the fans around the world that allows this work to continue. As a manga artist, what I would like in the future is to continue evolving and always improve, to have multiple approaches to create funnier manga and to improve my drawing and storytelling skills. That's my goal. So I do respect him. There's a picture of him in case you haven't seen what he looks like. This is a recent picture of him. I do have a ton of respect for Toyotaro for saying that. Like, he wants to improve. I respect that. We should all respect that. I also like his shirt, bro. Anyways, that's it. That is my full report on the Toyotaro stuff. If you want to read the full interviews, I'll link them down in the description. There's a ton of stuff for you to look at if you want more. I just kind of gave you what I felt was the most important bits of news and information. So, with that being said, continue to take care of yourself and each other. Love each other, man. We gotta. I think we need to be better to each other, yo. I've been thinking about this a lot. We need to be nicer to each other. Even I need to work on that too. So, kindness goes a long way. Have a good one.
Tom clip from the World Tournament. After that, we were introduced to some Fist of the North Star bandits. They got lost and found their way to Dragon Ball. Now, this one introduces something interesting. If you know anything about Sun Wukong, the character Goku is based on, you know he has 3 iconic tools. Goku has 2 of the 3 tools, but Toriyama never introduced the 3rd, that tool being the sealing gourd. Here, it has the power to seal someone if they don't answer when their name is called. After being sealed, they're turned into a liquid that if someone drinks, they can steal the sealed person's power. Kinda OP, huh? Luckily, Goku is able to avoid being converted with the power pole, and turns the gourd on its owners. Goku lets the villagers keep the gourd. Shame he couldn't keep it, as this is filler. But it's not really his style to use something like that anyway. The bandits are no match for Goku, but assuming they've been using the gourd for a while, they're probably pretty strong. So, let's give them 67 and 73. Now...
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tyler and we are back with another What If video. And today we are back with part 3 of What If Future Vegeta Survived. In the last part we have Semi-Perfect Cell being born along with future Vegeta and present Vegeta going inside the time chamber. Currently they are discovering a form that surpasses Super Saiyan. Our story begins now. Currently, future Vegeta and present Vegeta are training in the time chamber and looking for a form that surpasses Super Saiyan Grade 1. When attempting to do so, they discover a form that is truly a step up shortly afterwards, which you guys may know it as Super Saiyan Grade 2. They are both able to tap into the form, but this isn't the final step to surpassing Super Saiyan. See, shortly after present Vegeta discovers the form along with future Vegeta, he challenges future Vegeta to a spar. When they begin to fly around and swap hands, you can tell that neither one is overpowering the other. As he's thinking this, he would then realize that his energy is declining fast. However, he wouldn't have much time to think about this as present Vegeta begins to go on the offensive. Future Vegeta is able to block all of his hits and push him back for a little bit, enough to kick present Vegeta in the mouth with all of his might. Present Vegeta gets sent flying, but is able to catch himself. We notice that present Vegeta is also getting tired, but isn't going to try and give up. Before present Vegeta attempts another attack on future Vegeta reverts back into his base form, completely stopping the fight. Future Vegeta would say to him that before they get into a heated battle, they should start trying to master this form. This form that they are both using is declining our energy. We need to prevent that from happening. Present Vegeta would then say, "Okay, coward, how do you expect us to do so? Far as we know, this could be the limit." Future Vegeta laughs and says, "Don't worry, we'll find a way, and after we discover this form, we shall spar again." We then cut to Semi-Perfect Cell destroying the islands looking for Android 18. His part of the story would play out as per normal until past Vegeta and future Vegeta emerge from the time chamber. So stuff like Goku saying to Cell that he's going to be defeated and saving Piccolo and Tien, that plays out as per normal. Now the question that you guys are probably asking is, do future Vegeta and present Vegeta learn grade 4? Well, the answer is yes. Now before you guys get all angry on me, you have to remember that I put a poll up about a month ago on if future Vegeta and past Vegeta learn grade 4 or just grade 2, and the majority voted for grade 4. Not to mention, I do think this makes sense since future Vegeta is a lot more intelligent than past Vegeta and would understand the flaws of this form more than past Vegeta. So after future Vegeta would learn the form, past Vegeta would obviously try and learn from this, and he would discover the form as well. Now they do spar a couple of times in this form, and if you guys are wondering about future Vegeta's power level or who he scales to, then I'll just give you the answer right now. Past and future Vegeta are relative to each other, but past Vegeta isn't on the same level as his canon counterpart. His power equals to Goku when he went into his Super Saiyan grade 4 state. After the time is up, they would emerge from the chamber ready to take on Cell. Future Vegeta would be happy to see Trunks, but before him and past Vegeta take off, he would say that everything is going to be okay now, Trunks. After this is over, we will finally see Mom again and kick those androids' asses. Trunks would reply back with a smile and his eyes becoming watery. Future Vegeta and past Vegeta would fly to Cell at high speeds, quickly catching up to him, as Cell is screaming, begging for 18 to come out so he can absorb her. However, he would soon shut up once he senses two people with high power levels coming his way. We get about the same speech about past Vegeta surpassing Super Saiyan, but instead of going Super Saiyan grade 2, he would tap into his full power state. Past Vegeta, after powering up, would begin to fight Cell, and he really isn't impressed. He would quickly shut down Semi-Perfect Cell, toying with him, and just overall bullying this man even harder than his canon counterpart. Semi-Perfect Cell would begin to get desperate, begging for past Vegeta to absorb 18, because if he does, he would get a lot stronger and he can have a proper challenge. Future Vegeta would catch on to this, and before past Vegeta would agree, he would blast past Vegeta out of the way. Not killing him or damaging him, but just knocking him out of the way, and simply blast Cell, reducing him to atoms. Future Vegeta doesn't give a fuck and wants to make sure that he doesn't waste his time on his trip trying to help him out. He has a wife in danger to get back with. Past Vegeta would be pissed off thinking about the challenge he could have had fighting Cell, but Future Vegeta gives him an idea. Why don't you fight Kakarot and finally see who is the stronger Saiyan? Remember, Future Vegeta is a lot more of a developed Vegeta than this present Vegeta, so he would understand how present Vegeta
He
works,
just
and he
skips
would
through the
understand
rest of the
what
fight
he
like,
wants.
bro, I gotta go home and
So
save my
after Future Vegeta
bitch.
says this convinces present Vegeta to go back to the lookout and wait for
Prince of
Goku
Three
to emerge
Saiyans.
from the chamber, and so him and Future Vegeta fly out to the lookout. As this happens, 18 and 16 are finally relieved that they're in the clear now. However, 18 is still a little bit upset that her brother is dead. As this happens, Krillin would reveal himself and just destroy the button immediately, saying, "This was supposed to destroy you guys. However, there's no
Always
point in me to do
good to
that. You
send
guys can
Krillin.
finally live your life to the fullest."
Let her go,
18
man.
is a little
She
bit
crazy.
upset, and she would kind of just thank Krillin just a little bit because she's still grieving over 17. Krillin would then say, "I
she's
get
sad
it. Your
and
brother
crying.
died, but I have a way to bring
Nobody
it back.
gives
Just
a
trust me."
fuck.
Everyone on the lookout is basically sensing future Vegeta and present Vegeta, and as this happens, both of them come looking completely unscathed, with both of them saying that they defeated Cell. As this happens, Piccolo and Tien would congratulate both Vegetas, with Trunks hugging future Vegeta, saying that they could finally go and see Mom again. Everyone would just celebrate their victory against Cell, Cell. However, President Vegeta would just kill the mood by saying, as soon as Kakarot emerges from the time chamber, him and Kakarot are gonna finally have a battle to the death and see who is truly the strongest Saiyan. After this, everyone is just waiting on the lookout for Goku and Gohan to return, and once they finally return, they come out walking in their Super Saiyan Grade 4 state. Before they get even a chance to speak, President Vegeta would immediately challenge him, saying that they can finally have their match, let's settle it right here and now. Goku's taken aback by this, saying how, okay, well maybe we should deal with Cell first, then you'll get what you want. Future Vegeta would then say that Cell is dead because he killed him. And with this happening, Goku would then say, alright Vegeta, I've been wanting to test my new power out anyway. Basically, before Goku and Vegeta can fly out to a more secluded area, Future Trunks and Future Vegeta would say goodbye to everyone because, remember, Bulma is still in the future unguarded and unprotected, and they would like to get back into their lives. As this happens, Trunks and Vegeta would say goodbye to everyone and fly back to the future. After Future Vegeta and Future Trunks arrive back into their timeline, they would immediately head out to Capsule Corp to make sure Bulma is alright. Now, as both of them immediately head out to Capsule Corp, they are looking around the house to make sure Bulma's alright. And, to their surprise, Bulma is perfectly fine. And with this, Bulma is shocked to see Future Vegeta and Future Trunks back so early. She would just immediately hug the two of them, saying that she's glad that they're okay. This heartwarming moment would be interrupted by a newscast reporting the androids attacking a nearby city. With this happening, Future Vegeta is agitated and gets ready to immediately head out. Future Bulma would stop him, saying, wait, make sure you're alright. Future Vegeta would then say, don't worry, I'll make sure they're dead this time. Future Vegeta immediately powers up into his Super Saiyan Grade 4 state, flying to the nearby city. With this happening, we get about the same scene where 17 is about to kill the old man. However, Future Vegeta would stop him instead of Future Trunks. Future Vegeta would then laugh at both 17 and 18, saying, you guys have no idea what you're going to get yourself into. 17 and 18 would be pissed off, saying, you know what, we're done playing around. It's time we finally kill you. Vegeta would smirk, and as 17 punches Vegeta, Vegeta would just smirk and grab his fist, headbutting 17, sending him flying into a nearby building. After Android 18 witnesses her brother get sent flying like that, she would just start nuking on Future Vegeta, sending as many key waves as she possibly can. However, Vegeta just slowly walks up to her, with all the key waves doing basically no damage. Future Vegeta would then say, it's my turn now. He would then send back his own key wave. However,
So this is the Vegeta that done went and trained now. Although it took him 13 years. No, he said like 19 years. Damn near 20 years to go defeat these androids in the future. Yeah, this guy did not like to write this story. I could tell because he could have wrote a way better story. And like, I would just do this shit because people keep asking me to, but it was
this
clear
key
from
wave
the
would just
beginning.
instantly kill 18, reducing her to ash. After this, 17 would recover from the headbutt, and he would see 18 completely gone, with smoke coming out of Vegeta's hands. 17 would understand that Vegeta definitely killed 18, and he would then say, don't worry, I'm a lot stronger than her. You won't kill me like that. And with this, Vegeta would just instantly fly up to 17, slamming him to the ground and evaporating him with the key wave. 17 and 18 are both dead. However, this part isn't over just yet. Someone is creeping in the shadows looking at Vegeta, and as this happens, Vegeta would turn around saying, I know you're there, Cell. Show yourself. Cell would be a little bit confused. However, Vegeta would then quickly say, I know you're here to absorb the androids, and I know your goal is to become a perfect being. However, I just prevented that. Cell would be taken aback by this, and before he can even question Vegeta on how he knows, Vegeta would then say, don't worry about how I know this. Just come out and face me. Cell would then quickly fly up to the air, saying, this is what you get for destroying my dream, and he would then fire a Kamehameha at Future Vegeta. Vegeta would just instantly deflect the attack because, again, Imperfect Cell is so much weaker compared to Future Vegeta. Vegeta would then say, you're pathetic. As this happens, he would fly up, punching a hole through Cell, then slamming him into the ground, firing a Gallic gun, evaporating Cell's body. Cell is dead and he won't come back this time.
They were all about the same power. Cell was probably a little stronger. That's why he ends up absorbing them. So
Vegeta and Goku would then get into their fighting stance, which is a callback to the Saiyan saga. Goku would then say, I'm not going to hold anything back, Vegeta. Vegeta would then reply with, let's finish this, Kakarot. They both begin to charge at each other. Now, I'm going to leave it off here for now because I believe this is the most interesting way to stop it. Now, who do you guys think wins this fight? Goku or Vegeta? They're both equal in power, so I believe letting the fans decide is probably the most interesting way to go with this story. Remember,
Why would he say that? Does he not know the story, fighting history between these two? One on one, Vegeta has never lost to Goku. I mean, yeah, y'all can go back and rewind the tapes and hit the playlist. Like a video, subscribe, comment, and share, and all that shit. Because I've covered all of that. Go back and check out the story. I already done told you about that. Because this guy ain't never lost to this guy. I mean, this guy's team has beat this guy, so that's the difference.
your vote can drastically change the outcome of this story, so be sure to vote. With that out of the way, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new, also hitting that bell. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Now, I did get a new mic, so that's why it was really taking me long to do this, because I had to go get a new mic. Apologize for that, guys, but with that out of the way, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out. Bye.
That dude's crazy. Just like fucking Neva.
A lot of people say that Neva has pretty broken magic, but I don't think that's actually true. He was able to activate the Dragon Balls early, but don't forget, Kami was also able to do the same, choosing to activate the Dragon Balls early for Goku to revive his friends back in early Dragon Ball. He was also able to draw the Dragon Ball towards him pretty easily, but you have to remember, Neva isn't your basic Namekian found on planet Namek. Rather, he's the last surviving Namekian from your origin in the demon realm. That's why he knew Piccolo's father Katsuts was able to create warriors stronger than the legendary Super Saiyan and even boost Goku's power beyond its limits. All of this making him better than every Namekian by default and even more so than Grand Elder Guru.
Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of Unrelent Gaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined this Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the domino, and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
Now, although with this entire situation now beginning to slowly spiral out of our control as we continue to fight for our survival, I can't help but now begin to wonder on if this plan of action by our heroes is truly going to be what helps win us the day here by the very end. Because if it doesn't, then I'm afraid it'll be the end of everything if we don't manage to find a way to stop Raijin and his army soon.
Shout out to the big homie. Appreciate you popping in, rocking out with us. Bars. I'm gonna go check out all 5 of his YouTube channels. Bro got it rocking right now, probably live and still out here networking. Appreciate that.
Ridiculously fast and annoying legion of demon warriors. For if I don't go and do something soon to help assist that Supercell Titan model against that giant monster that he is fighting, then there's a good enough chance that he just might go and run out of power soon, which is the very last thing that either one of us need to go and have happen right now, and so here goes. Oh damn it, this one's sturdy, but it's the only shot that we've got in bringing this monster down, and so you are able to go and understand me, can't you? Well, hurry it up and blast this monster by using everything that you have, because I won't be able to go and hold him off for much longer, and so you'll need to go and destroy this thing while I'm still able to hold him in place. Which it was only within these very moments now elsewhere on the battlefield as the elite demon Kyrax went as far as to address Kaima in not sensing Ultra Android 17 approaching from behind was when Kyrax then went on to quickly respond. Hurry now, Kaima, for we mustn't go and continue to choose to go against them, for we should go and retreat and fall back into the pits of the demon realm before it is too late. As we will only from there go and try to forge a new plan to go and use to destroy these creatures, along with bringing more of our warriors onto this planet, so that way we could sorry, but I never quite said that we were finished here. Ultra Android 17 went on to then quickly decapitate Kyrax by responding, nor was I truly going to stand around back there and watch you monsters go and get away with what you've done. So now this is the price
He said, ain't no fate. I ran his whole cat back.
So now say goodbye to any of those plans that you and your army have been looking to go and use here against us, because you aren't going to be sticking around long enough and seeing them backfire on your fellow army anyways. Oh, Kyrax, no! Why, you low-down, rotten hunk of garbage, Kaima responds, as I am going to go and make sure that you pay dearly for what you had just went and did to him. I'd actually go and be more worried about yourself here. Ultra Android 18 went on to then quickly dash towards Kaima by responding, and as you should go and pay closer attention instead of having to go and worry about what happened to your ally over there, because just like him, alongside with the rest of your kind who had taken it upon themselves in following your orders by coming here, for you two will wind up in having to join them in the grave, Ultra Android 18 says upon being shown having to then unleash a gigantic blast and swallowing Kaima whole. And because you have went and decided to go and wage this battle here until the bitter end, then here's to the very ending that you had just so desperately wanted from the very moment that we started fighting here, Demon. As it was only seconds later with Ultra Android 17 then being shown having to join his sister and congratulating her was when 17 then went on to quickly respond. Whoa, that was incredible, 18, as I knew that you had the power along with having it what it takes to destroy that monster for good. And so now, good job, 18, with Ultra Android 18 responding. I warned that loudmouth that I was going to have her number, and soon enough, she got exactly what she had coming from the very moment that we had went and engaged against them, 17. And so now, good riddance, to which all the while
They
Brody
just
was then
double shotted two of them. 17 over here decapitating motherfuckers. 18 just completely obliterated the chick. What's that? 2 knockouts in a row? Come on now. They ain't doing it right. They doing it wrong.
Closer here, and just wait a minute here, will you? And so just hear me out, because if you want to go and put your power up to the ultimate test, then I am not the one that you ought to go and test it out on, mortal, and so just wait a damn second here. But it was already too late, or at least seemingly so, because unbeknownst to Broly, as the Demon Dark Master Jogo was then shown having to appear behind him before being shown tackling Broly through another portal, was when Sugami then went on to quickly respond, and as you should go and listen to me here saying, because you have far bigger things to go and worry about while you're out here with me, and so if you don't believe me, then you might want to go and take a look behind you, since you seem to be all muscle and no brains, which is why you will lose. Oh no, you don't, you rotten Saiyan. Jogo then went on to quickly tackle Broly by responding, for this battle between us is very far from over, and since we can't run the risk of losing any more of our fellow warriors, you will now be coming back with us, as we intend to go and finish this battle in the Demon Realm now instead. Which it was only just within these very moments now all throughout the battlefield as multiple demons were then shown having to do the same to our heroes, was when Meki Milo then went on to address Beerus by then responding, oh, and don't you go and assume that we have went and forgotten about you here either, God of Destruction, with Piccolo now having to seemingly notice this by then responding, oh, damn it, now I see on what those demons are doing, for they appear to be deliberately isolating everyone down there and creating some kind of of a distraction that is effective enough in not only going and dragging them all out of this dimension and into what seemingly appears to be the demon realms like it's nothing. And so if that's the case, then this must be some kind of a planned and coordinated attack of some kind, because now that they are all seemingly aware that they are now starting to lose, they're getting desperate and it's starting to show. And so if I don't hurry and try to find a way to go and reach them as soon as I possibly can, Piccolo continues upon, now being shown having to shrink down in size, then there is no telling on what is about to go and happen to them while they're all down there. And so I can't just go and risk it, which is why I'll need to go and hurry and catch them before those portals that lead into the demon realm end up closing on me. And so while I hurry and try to go and reach them, the rest of you will have to go and stay behind and watch over the planet while I go and try to get the others in the meantime, Piccolo shouts. And so no matter what happens, you two stay here and keep this planet guarded alongside that Supercell Max unit, Piccolo continues, because with the two of you being as strong as you currently are, the world is going to need all of the protection that it could possibly go and get. And so you three stay here while I go and try to help the others, Piccolo shouts, to which as Piccolo was then shown making his way within the demon realm, Piccolo had immediately found himself in having to attack Shadow Demon Gohan before having to speak to Gohan directly, as Piccolo went on to then quickly shout, and so now get your hands off of him, you cheap carbon copy wannabe pile of trash, for you monsters aren't going to be getting off the leash here against us that easily. And so now get away from him, with Gohan responding, thanks for that, Piccolo, for it seems as though we aren't in West City anymore, and since we are now seemingly a very long ways from home, let's go and try to keep an eye out for one another here, because I actually have something that I really want to go and try. And so can you cover me? With Piccolo responding, well, I can't promise that I'll go and be able to keep you covered for long, so whatever you have in mind, you'd better go and act fast upon it before it's too late. Which it was only within this very moment now as Piccolo and Gohan were shown having to break off, as the Demon Dark Master Piccolo was then shown having to drag Vegeta within the demon realm, was when Vegeta went on to then quickly shout, why, you lying creature, and just where the heck did you just go and stick your head from out of nowhere from like this? As you just wait until I go and get my hands on you, as I am going to, what in the world? Wait a second, Kakarot. Well, it's about damn time that you went and decided to go and join us after venturing off and having to go and take a nap while we've been busy. And so what took you so long, and where did you end up going? Well, I'm sorry that I went and took so long, but to make a very long story short here, Goku says, I went to go and see if I can go and locate that little Omni button that the present Lord Zeno had went and given to me, and when I found them, Goku continues, they were both seemingly sleeping with some kind of a huge barrier that had kept them both trapped inside, and now that I have freed them, there is no telling on what's about to go and happen. But even now, we've got to go and stay ready and focused here, no matter how badly things end up getting down here within the demon realm, with Vegeta responding, so that was what you had went and did. Well, good, but how do we now know that things are going to change around here to go and suit our favor during this war if neither one of them are here with us within the moments, Kakarot, with Goku responding, well, I'm not really sure on where they went, but I'm certain that they must have went looking and seeing if they can go and find the Grand Priest, if anything, because he was also missing too, but we can't just go and stand around here and wait for them, Goku continues, and especially not while we're down here and now having to go and bring the fight directly to the demons here within the demon realm. And since we don't really have a choice in the matter here either, then it's better for us to go and do what we can while we wait and see on what comes, now that both of the Omni Kings have been set free. But then, it was only just before Goku was then shown having to quickly take action, as Shadow Demon Goku was then shown making his way ever so closer towards Goku and Vegeta, as Vegeta had gone as far as to notice something beneath Shadow Demon Goku, was when Vegeta went on to then quickly interrupt Goku by shouting, Kakarot, wait! Don't make a move yet, and just go and take a look right there beneath him. Do you see it? That swirling mass of darkness and pressure, for that seems to be a similar looking vortex like the one that was shown forming under that demon wizard Garlock just moments before it had taken him back on Lord Beerus's world. And as I had first assumed for this to be some kind of a desperate attempt in having that thing go and help these creatures, but I'm starting to now believe that I was wrong, and that is simply because I want for you to go and look closely, Vegeta continues, for whatever that is shown having to go and form directly beneath them doesn't look as though it was done by design, and so we must go and be careful here because we don't know on what in the world that is, with Goku responding, hey, wait, I think you're right because look, it looks like that vortex there, or whatever that appears to be that's directly underneath that thing, had completely went and stopped it within its tracks before it can actually go and attack us. But why? With Vegeta responding, well, whatever that is, we cannot go and allow ourselves to either go and have us fall victim or find ourselves engaging against whatever that thing is, because if one of those things are to go and open up here beneath one of us, then we're goners, Kakarot, and so we will not engage against those things whatsoever. As whatever those things are don't appear to be mindless, but they appear to be rather calculated instead, almost like it doesn't even belong here, Kakarot, Vegeta continues, for not even these demons themselves seem to know on what those are, and so we cannot go and afford to have ourselves be sucked under those things, lest we warrant in having to go and chance our odds while we're still in this realm, and so we will have to go and try to avoid those wormholes at all costs. Do you understand? And as we'll go and deal with whatever those are after we are done and having to go and deal with these demons here first, and then those Dark Masters, and more importantly, their demon god Raijin. But I just don't understand. Again with this dark wormhole? But how could this be? As this doesn't appear to make any sense to me right now, for not only do these strange portals appear to not only come from any of the demons here within the demon realm, along with not having this come from any one of those mortal warriors here either, then where could this be coming from, Sugami questions? Because if neither one of those Saiyans were ultimately responsible for this, Sugami continues, let alone in having to go and notice that none of these creatures were the ones to go and carry out such a thing like this, then just who could this be coming from if this isn't coming from our enemies whom we are battling against within the demon realm right now? But then, it was only from within this very moment now as Goku and Vegeta were then shown making their way ever so closer towards Sugami, with the Dark Master Bakara being shown getting in between them, was when Bakara then went on to quickly respond, oh no you don't, and just where exactly do the two of you think that you are going? Because with everything that you have caused and getting in the way of our plans for complete control and now having to slow us all down from having to go and achieve our end goals, the two of you will now be forced into a direct battle against me, as I am going to go and personally make sure that the two of you pay dearly for everything it was that you have done to cripple our army's very foundation, because from this moment onwards, I will be your final opponent, as I don't intend on letting Lord Raijin down, Saiyans.
So
Which
the
was
Dark
only a
Master
while in the
pops up.
meantime elsewhere on the battlefield, as full-powered Super Saiyan 3 Broly was shown having to unleash a gigantic mouth blast, with the Dark Master Jogo being shown having to completely absorb this attack during the midst of battle, was when Jogo then went on to quickly respond, yes, what an amazing display of power, Saiyan. For if I would have known that a mortal such as yourself would have harbored this much energy sooner, then I would have went and had targeted you far sooner than I would have came to realize, for I plan on hereby consuming every drop of power that you have remaining within your body, and as there will be nothing that you will be able to go and do by using your energy that will stop. Like how you'll be thinking that you can just go and try to take someone else's power without having one of us go and have something to say about that. You won't, demon. So just because we are fighting on your home turf here doesn't mean that you have won just yet, Beast Gohan continues upon being shown knocking Jogo away. And so now you just go and wait your turn here, because I'll make sure to go and address you in just a moment here once I am done. And so hey, whoa there, Broly, just go and take it easy and try to calm down here, okay? And as I am not your enemy here, but I do need for you to go and listen to me right now, Broly, because this just may in fact be our one and only chance to go and pull this off the right way, and from here on allowing for us to go and forge together a far stronger warrior than how we currently are within the moment here. And so I'll just need for you to go and simply just listen to me here, okay? As I will need for you to go and put this on, Gohan continues, as the very second that you go and put this on your right arm, Gohan continues, the effects of what these armbands will do for us will be identical identical to any of the other fusion methods that my dad had went along to go and teach you, Broly. And so now while I know that you may be hesitant in wanting to go and do this with me, you'll have to go and simply trust that the result of the fusion that you and I are going to create will be unlike any other, Gohan continues. For we will not only going to become far stronger than how we are within this very moment down here in time, Broly, but it'll also go and increase our chances of survival to greater heights, which is exactly what we need right now. And so please just trust me on this, because we don't have a whole lot of time left here to go and do this, and so let's while we still can, Gohan says.
Broly's
But
like
then, it was only seconds
8
after
foot
the fact now,
tall.
with the giant explosion now being shown having to emanate from within the demon realm, with
Gohan's right at 5'10".
the Dark Masters and our heroes went on to spot this, with Jungle having to then notice this aura by then responding, "Why, you vile little what the heck? Just what in the world is that, and why is that energy that I'm sensing that's coming from within that thing so massive? No,
He's 5.
it can't be."
Vegeta's 5'2", because Bulma's 5 foot.
Kakarot, do you feel that too? That pressure and the weight of that crushing energy. For that's not just
We got
coming
Lord
from these demons
Beerus.
here within the demon realm, but that's coming from both Broly and Gohan, as I have never felt anything quite like this before, with Goku responding, "And I do, but the question now becomes, can they go and control all of that power that they're beginning to exert out there? Because although their energy is off the charts," Goku says, "can they be contained enough within this moment and not attacking us within the process? Here is the question." To which it was only suddenly then within this very moment now, as we finally get to see the reveal of Gohan and Broly's fusion through the form of having to go and use the CC Capsule Corp armbands and having to go and do so, was when the newly formed fusion between Broly and Gohan then went on to quickly respond. Now this is more like it, and so I hope that you are all listening very carefully here, demons, because what stands before you all is the end result of everything that you had feared would ultimately go and happen. And now that we are finally here, this is where you will all go and be destroyed. And since we are the first of our kind to go and use a third fusion method in giving birth to a new Mega Fighter, you can go and simply refer to us as Brohan from here on, demons. And now that we stand ready
Brohan.
to finish this war, which you demons had went and had originally started,
Man, this dude be writing his stories, right?
understand that you will not win, especially not now. And so you want to go and devour each of our realms and tear the multiverse open for your so-called dominion, huh? Well then let me go and make this as clear as I possibly can when I go and tell you all that you will not only go as far as to live long enough after our next encounter and making you pay for what you have done.
Good morning, Sue. Good to see you. How you doing? Y'all know go check out the Blood Files. Appreciate them for stopping by.
It's our power, Brohan says, and now that you are able to go and feel it surging, you know that this is it, because there will be nothing that either one of you so-called elites and Dark Masters can go and do that will destroy what we are now, Brohan says. As the very moment that you demons had went and reached across your dimension and having to go and drag us into yours, ultimately enough, your fate had been sealed, because I don't care on how deep your pathetic darkness goes, or what ancient gods you monsters happen to go and serve, because none of them will be able to save you, as I plan on destroying each and every single last one of you until the multiverse goes back into knowing peace once again. And so now, which one of you vile creatures wants to go and be the first to perish before the rest? To which it was only all of a sudden within these very moments now, as the demon elite Meki Myro then went on to make his move and dashing directly towards Brohan, was when Meki Myro then went on to quickly respond. What an incredibly alarming and massive battle power. For such a union shouldn't have been made possible for these mortals to go and pull off here, but no matter, Meki Myro says, for I will hereby go and put an end to this myself and be done with you, vermin, once and for all, you Saiyan scum. As I should have went and had dealt with the two of you when I had the chance, as I will go and ensure that this here and now will be our last. But then, it was only just upon with the elite demon Meki Myro then being shown having to attempt to strike Brohan, with Brohan being shown having to completely move out of the way before having to impale Meki Myro, was when Brohan then went on to quickly respond, oh really, is that so? Well, and if that's the case, then allow for me to go and be the first in having to go and break this to you the hard way then, because if you are to go and believe that you truly have the power to go and destroy what we have forged and having to go and become, Brohan says, if there was ever a time where you had wanted to go and doubt our ability and having to go and do so, so, then let me go and hereby show you on why exactly you will never beat me, no matter how tough you go and proclaim yourself to go and be, demon. But if you still insist on having yourself go and fall for your own delusions into thinking that this is the full extent of my true and absolute power, Rohan says, then you are in for a very rude awakening here, demon, because not only am I holding back tremendous amounts of power here against you, but since you have went and had volunteered yourself in being the first to go and find out, Rohan continues, then allow for me to go and hereby reveal to you the true extent of what lies within me, demon. For what you are looking at now is not only the combined might of both Gohan and Broly in having to magnify our powers, Rohan says, but now that you are able to go and see the full scope of the kind of warrior that you will be left in having to go and face off with alone, understand that this will be as far as we will allow for you to go, demon. But even then, despite with Meki Myro's injuries, with Meki Myro shown still attempting to attack Bohan, was when Bohan then went on to continue, you know, you were right about one thing here, demon, that this was never supposed to go and happen, for we should have never have been allowed to go and get this far in combining our powers here to stand against you, but now that we have, and now that we are far stronger than we have ever could have dreamed of having to be before prior to these armbands, Brohan continues, we are now to go and demonstrate the full nature of both Gohan and Broly's combined powers by exercising upon you a fury the likes of which you have never seen in your life before, by going and giving you our full and undivided attention here, since we both have a personal bone to go and pick with you here, demon. And since it looks as though you are finally ready to go and settle this for good, as you had just claimed for yourself to go and be, then allow for me to go and put an end to our personal differences here, once and for all, as it was only right then and there now, during that moment, where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of the Dark Masters, the official Murno sequel, manga chapter number 45 special, then comes to a close.
Number
So naturally,
45.
I'll take it from here, as I do want to
That boy
go
been
as
putting
far
in
as to
work on
address
his
something very important with our dear viewers at the moment. As before I go and give you the
All
following
right,
information,
definitely.
if you aren't already a member of
Look at the
Unreal's
drip,
Patreon
Kev.
community, then you are truly missing out on so much without you even knowing, because not only is the next episode already on the page, but if you want to support all of the manga content that you see and gain access to tons of exclusives along the way that range from a variety of different things, then we do encourage for you all to become members of our Patreon community today, for we will link everything down within the description box below and pinned comment section as well. Now I will go as far as to say that although I wasn't personally expecting to have our friends from the 7th alongside Lord Beerus make their way into battling within the demon realm itself, I am however incredibly impressed by this new level of power that I am able to sense which is emanating from the demon realm below, as I can only assume that both Broly and Gohan had finally decided to combine their power alongside their natures by fusing together. But even though while I am doing everything within my ability to ensure that Raijin does not reach you and having to catch on by locating and laying claim on that final configuration cube, you do not want to go and miss out on what is about to happen coming up next. So we hope that you all enjoyed today's video, and before you leave, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up by smashing that like button on your way out, as well as also subscribing to Unreal and Gaming's channel for tons of new Dragon Ball content. So with that, we thank you all so much for watching, as we'll be seeing you all again for the next one.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to Unreal and Gaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.
big mistake. Where do you think you're going? Pity, what a waste of talent. Not today. Back off. Have it your way. A tough guy like you should be able to face the truth.
Are you okay?
Yep, and that's when Gohan got that last Zenkai that put him right there as strong as Vegeta. Speaking of which,
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tyler, and today I'm bringing you the final parts of What If Future Vegeta Survived. I figured I should end this What If, and since it was one of my first ones, it deserves to have its finale. So, let's give a little recap since it's been about like 2 months since, you guys have seen part 3. So in the last part, we have Future Vegeta eliminating Imperfect Cell along with 18 and 17 and living true peace, finally. And back in the present timeline, Goku and Vegeta decided to spar to see who was the strongest Saiyan. And it was actually a community poll, and I left it up to you guys to see who would win, Goku or Vegeta, or would it be a draw? So let's get into that in part 4 of What If Future Vegeta Survived. But before we do that, we're actually gonna show off the new intro. Credits to Mask Man for making this intro, link in the description.
Hey, collecting rings like I'm Sonic. Bitches wanna party. Virus got heavy, so I got 'em on a diet. Yeah, flex like I'm Hogan. Yo, it's coming.
We cut our story to the present timeline, where the majority voted for the fight being a tie, and so because of this, Goku versus Vegeta in the present timeline would result in a draw. With this happening, Vegeta and Goku would knock each other out. Piccolo would make sure both of them are alright and healthy, but they are alive, they're just unconscious. When Vegeta and Goku both are awake and everyone tells him what happened, Vegeta is satisfied at where he's at in power and decides to keep his training up and would just keep on breaking his limits every day so that he can surpass Goku once and for all. Goku would decide to keep his training up as well, as he sees someone as a rival to him, that being Vegeta, so he wants to try and break his limits and get stronger and surpass him. Everything leading up to the bulwark would remain the same, however, there are going to be a couple of differences. One is that Goten is stronger since Goku would focus on training Goten since he actually does want to train, and also Goku wouldn't have Super Saiyan 3, and he wouldn't be dead. And also, Goku would be training with Vegeta more, which would leave Goku and Vegeta a lot more close in power. No one is stronger than the other, they're actually even with each other. And Goten meeting Goku wouldn't be that emotional. Reason why is because Goku has known Goten ever since he was born, because he's alive now. Anyways, everything in the tournament would actually remain the same, except for one key thing. Since Goten has actually been trained by Goku, and Goten's actually a lot stronger, and Trunks didn't really train with Vegeta that much, and Goku would be, frequently training with Goten a lot more, I believe Goten would be stronger than Trunks in this timeline. And so he would beat Trunks, and he would one-punch Mr. Satan. However, Gohan would still get his energy absorbed. The Z Fighters would chase after, and they have the same encounter with Dabura like in the original. Goku and Vegeta and Gohan would go and try and stop Babidi. Goku and Vegeta beat Pui Pui and Yakan like in the original, and like in the original, Gohan and Dabura would be swapping hands. However, one thing that played out in the original wouldn't happen in this timeline, and that's Vegeta turning Majin. Now remember, Vegeta wanted to go Majin simply because he wanted to try and get the rematch and score settled with Goku. Because remember, Goku was so much more powerful than him. Once he used Super Saiyan 2 and overwhelmed Yakan, Vegeta knew he was outclassed by Goku. But in this timeline, Vegeta doesn't see Goku as someone who's above him, but someone who's rather equal to him. And so, because of that, I believe this scenario would happen. Gohan versus Dabura would drag on long enough, and Vegeta decides to step in and just one-shot Dabura. After this, Babidi is completely shook because he doesn't have enough energy to revive Boo, and so this arc would conclude with Goku or Gohan or Vegeta finishing off Babidi, and the Majin Buu saga would finish. No Gotenks, no Ultimate Gohan, no Majin Vegeta, no sacrificing moment for Vegeta, no Super Saiyan 3, no Elder Kai, no Oob, none of this stuff would happen, and so the Majin Buu saga would end up rather short. And with this arc concluding, we would then skip to 4 years later where Beerus would wake up. Now, I believe everything would play out as per normal. Beerus would still want to fight Goku, and Goku would fight him. However, his max power would only be Super Saiyan 2 rather than Super Saiyan 3. Beerus would still body him, and at that point, everything on Earth with Beerus would happen as per normal, especially Vegeta's rage moment. And so at that point, Beerus is about to destroy Earth, but Goku would interrupt, basically summoning Shenron, and Goku would still get the God Ritual and obtain Super Saiyan God, fight Beerus, and absorb the God form into his base. Now, since the Battle of God Saga, really nothing changed, I guess you guys would also assume that the Resurrection F arc wouldn't change. And you guys are correct, this arc would stay out the exact same, along with the Universe 6 saga. Now, the only difference I can see the Universe 6 saga playing out is that Majin Buu would be replaced with another Z-Fighter. However, all the other Z-Fighters would be so weak that they would just get bodied. So basically, you could just argue that Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo and Monaka would just say screw it and just go in with 4 fighters. So, I believe the arc would stay as per normal. Anyways, the only arc that would actually really change is the Goku Black arc, because I believe the present timeline will not be involved in this. Now, we are going to be getting into the Goku Black saga with future Trunks and future Vegeta. Now, with that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into the Goku Black saga. Future Vegeta and future Trunks and future Maya are out running in a hurry. They seem to be running away from something. The 3 of them find a place to rest for a little bit, enough time for them to give us details about what's happening. Future Vegeta would then say to Trunks, I can't believe we're gonna have to do this, but we're gonna have to go back to the present timeline and ask for help. Trunks would say that'll be a little bit risky because they got to go to Capsule Corp undetected. Maya's just a little confused, but Trunks tries to give her the rundown of the situation. Vegeta would say, screw it, I'll be the decoy, I'll distract him if we get caught. Trunks would try and talk Vegeta out of this, but Vegeta has already made up his mind. Anyways, a large ki blast would come near the area and where they are and explode. Vegeta and Trunks and Mai know that they have to take this chance and run to Capsule Corp. When they go full speed, they don't get close to Capsule Corp, only about halfway there. Vegeta and Trunks would then look at him, get in a fighting stance. He would then reveal the audience that he is Goku Black. Vegeta and Trunks try to 2v1 Goku Black, and it almost works until Black simply overpowers them and just adapts. Vegeta and Trunks would take a brutal beating from Goku Black, and Goku Black was ready to finish off Vegeta, and Vegeta said to Trunks to head to Capsule Corp and forget about him. Trunks is hesitating and struggling to think at this point. Before Black fires his attack, Mai would scream at Black, saying that she's done with him hurting the innocent and that she'll use every last bullet to take Black out. Black is surprised that this filthy mortal would try and threaten him like this. Black would then fire an energy blast at Vegeta's direction, but Black changes the direction of the blast so it goes around Vegeta and Vegeta is safe. But the blast does make a U-turn towards Mai and no one would see it coming. However, right before Mai meets her fate, Trunks would get in front of the blast, sacrificing himself and saving Mai. Goku Black would remark how it's actually pretty impressive that Trunks was able to react to Black's attack in time and save Mai, and that Mai should be grateful. Trunks would then cough up blood, and at that point, Trunks would pass away. Mai begins to break down in tears, seeing her lover just die for her, just like that. She would then say to Trunks how stupid he was, and that she didn't deserve it, he didn't need to do that. But she just begins to cry and cry and cry as Goku Black just starts laughing hysterically, seeing the mortals cry. Vegeta at this point can't even process of what just went down, and at that point, he begins to get up with rage in his eyes. He would then express this rage with a loud roar, and at that point, a blue-yellowish aura would emerge around him, with his pupils being non-existent. He would then say to Black how he already lost everything all those years ago against the androids, and now he lost the one thing that he was protecting, and he swore to give his life to. And because of that, Goku Black will pay. And how the Prince of All Saiyans will avenge his son, and will rise once again, bringing peace to the world. Goku Black would laugh and question Vegeta, what is a prince to a god? Vegeta would rush at Goku Black with everything that he's got, saying, what is a god to a non-believer? And as Vegeta says this, he punches Goku Black successfully, completely blitzing him and overpowering him. He would send Goku Black flying through buildings. However, Goku Black barely manages to recover from this. And Goku Black at this point decides that he's going to use every last ounce of his ki to try and defeat this filthy mortal. And at that point, he would begin to charge up a Super Black Kamehameha. However, as he begins to charge his attack, Vegeta would already appear right in front of him and punch him to the face, not letting Black get a chance to charge up his attack. At this point, Vegeta is just brutally beating Goku Black, and Goku Black can't even get a hit on him. At that point, future Vegeta would then slam Goku Black to the ground, and as this happens, he would fire a final flash, saying to Black that this is for everyone that he's killed, especially for his son Trunks. And as the beam connects to Goku Black, he would then be overpowered and reduced to ash, and at that point, Goku Black would be defeated. Future Mai and Future Vegeta would run back to Capsule Corp, addressing to Bulma what happened to Trunks. At that point, Bulma would drop all the pots and pans that she was getting ready to cook some food with, and would cry in Vegeta and Mai's arms. They may have defeated the evil threat, however they have lost a great comrade, a son, a lover, and most importantly, a hero. And so with this happening, the Goku Black arc would come to a close.
Now, Bulma's got to get some Dragon Balls.
Now, with no Goku Black arc happening, this would basically lead to the Tournament of Power, and I believe you could just make an argument that everyone could be upgraded to where they were in the preliminaries of the Tournament of Power in terms of power, so that everything in the Tournament of Power would play out as per normal. So we don't have to get basically all the universes erased and basically have future Vegeta and future Bulma and future Mai live in true peace. And with that happening, Tournament of Power would end up the same, with Universe 7 winning the tournament. Now, I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting this series. I know it's been almost like 2 months. Right now, I'm recording this on the 14th, so I'm pretty sure this has been officially 2 months since part 3. I'm sorry that it has been, took a little bit, but we managed to finally complete the series, and I know this is the most beloved series on my channel, and don't worry, more what-ifs are coming, and more popular ones, and more amazing ones are coming on this channel, so if you're new, please be sure to subscribe and hit that like button, along with hitting that bell if you're new, because the notifications tend to fuck up sometimes on YouTube, so be sure to hit that bell. Along with that, be sure to follow my Twitter for updates on videos and also different stuff on media, along with joining my Discord so you can interact with me and other creators. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna get up out of here. Peace out. Bye.
Stronger than he was even before, to the point where he could hold up Mount Sumeru on just one shoulder, which basically equaled out to holding up the infinite cosmic sky. Wukong was able to reach perfection on his journey, entering into the incomplete nirvana, which is boundless reality beyond everything, beyond all concepts and limitations. It's above the God realms and the formless realms, which those two realms were already above physicality and dimensions. So we're talking about like true outer-versal stuff here. And it doesn't stop there, because at the end of his journey, Sun Wukong was brought before the Buddha again. And this time, he transcended into the complete nirvana, which made him even more powerful.
Okay, so why'd you call us in here, boss?
Yeah, boss, what you want, man? I was supposed to order me and my guy here some matcha. I ain't gonna lie to you boys, it's been a hot minute since we've had a hit single, and it's time y'all get to work to make the next one. Whoa. See? That's a talent issue. That's not an our kind of issue, you know what I'm saying? Have you seen Double XL? You see the talent that we got these days? That sounds like a personal problem.
I mean, it sounds like a you problem, since you're bringing it to us, if we're being honest.
See my two associates back here. Listen, you sarcastic calculator. Bring me a hit song by the end of the day, or else I'll have these fellas rearrange your circuits and rearrange your guts.
I want the pretty one with the long hair. Guess that leaves me dark chocolate over there. Can't wait to swirl that brown sugar.
You said said hit single by the end of the day? We got you, boss.
Yeah, get what he said. That's easy. Get one for you in 24 hours, yeah. Hey, now y'all are dismissed.
Okay, so it's either we make a hit song or this label turns into a Diddy party.
Hey, you think it's too late to disappear and to switch jobs?
That man said he wanted to swirl your brown sugar. He will find you.
Damn it, man. Hey, you know what? It's okay. You go to the studio. I'm about to go check out the talent that we do have. Okay, first time up is a Vegeta.
Ah, this is my time to show. Finna get this record deal and flex all my newly self-made earned bands on Bulma.
All right, come on, man. To the studio.
Okay, let's just take this slow. I'm going to play this beat and you spit the best bars you got. Ready?
Yo, it's Vegeta. I eat fajita, stronger than a cheetah, smell like PETA. Call me elite, I got big feet, trained in gravity. Now I can't sleep. Power level high like a tall giraffe. I punch so fast, I miss and laugh. Bulma made stew, I stepped in goo. I beat Kakarot, in a dream I drew. I'm the prince of all science, hear my squeal. I drive a Prius, it's got mad zeal. Final flash, or maybe a kick. Either way, I'm gonna get sick. Scouter broke, I got no clues. My bars are mad, like Majin Buu's shoes. Gallic none? More like Gallic gun. I laid down my verse. Now, I'm done. So what you boys think about that fire I just spit?
That shit was absolute ass. Get the hell out of my booth before I turn on the gas.
You goddamn vending machine! How dare you try and destroy my dreams?
Some people were born to dream. Some were born to wake up. Wake the hell up and get the hell out.
Goddamn robot gonna talk to me about talent? Motherfucker was born at a Best Buy.
Get the hell out of here before I call my sister to break your other arm.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day. Let me go get the next talent. Okay, Goku, you are next.
Now don't go thinking, just because I'm not dark like you, that I can't rap now. I'm the Eminem of this rap shit.
Eminem actually like taking care of his kid.
What was that?
No. Let's go.
Okay, let's hear what you got.
So, yo, I'm Goku, the Loku. Never paid a bill. Chi-Chi tripping. I just want to fight and chill. Gohan got grades? Man, I barely even knew. Skipped every parent night to scrap with Majin Buu. Left the Earth twice. Came back like, oops. Saw my son grown with a job in suits. Goten said, Dad. I said, who's this kid? Man, I thought I left him at Kami's crib. Vegeta be a dad. I just want to throw hands. Forget school plays. I got fighting plans. Chi-Chi yelling, get a job. I teleport out 9 to 5. I'd rather scream and shout. I trained with gods, but I ain't raised mine. Missed every birthday, but my aura still shine. I ain't toxic. I'm just ultra instinct free. If family's a test, I flunked it with ease. Before you say anything, this is completely fictional.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, Goku. That was absolutely terrible.
You rap like how you take care of your kids. Absolutely dreadful. Now get the hell out.
Oh, okay. That's how y'all feel? Bet.
Oh, he left.
Yeah, 17 over here.
Hope they don't come back to bite us.
Wouldn't worry about it. Let's bring in the next talent.
Okay. Okay, go on. You are next.
Okay. This will get my father to pay attention to me.
Green suit,
Gotta get Goku's bars. You don't gotta worry about that anymore.
Oh, what was that?
Nothing. Let's go.
Okay, let's hurry and get this over with.
Pulled up to the con in my cargo shorts. Got a Yu-Gi-Oh deck and a bag of Pokemon shirts. Tried to spit game, said, hey girl, you dual wield? She said, you! I tripped and dropped my Pokemon shield. I wear glasses with tape and I own it, bro. My love life's like my hard drive. Full but slow. I asked her to dinner. She said, where's the vibe? I said, the anime club meets at 5.
That's enough. I don't want to hear no more. Stop the music. Yo, go on. This is terrible. The whole thing gonna want to dance to this shit.
I'm trying my absolute best not to hit the self-destruct button in my chest right now. Listen, I'm not even going to be harsh. You have potential, I think. Go find yourself and get out.
Yo, 17, you good?
I'm just tired, man. Can you pick me up some coffee from the next room? I'll listen to the next guy in the meantime.
Okay, I got you, dog. Whew.
Hey, is this where the rap auditions are hosted?
Oh, it's just Yamcha.
Hey there, my boy. Hope y'all are cooking a good single in there. Only got half a day left.
Oh, yeah, don't worry, boss. Yo, we're cooking up some mad heat for you right now, yeah.
That's good to hear. Wouldn't want my guy back here to just swirl your brown sugar.
Oh, there's no need for that. Yeah. Oh, better get back to it, actually. Yo, man, we gotta flush the toilet quick.
Got silk sheets and a gallon of lube. Champagne by the tub playing Soldier Boy tunes. He said, "What's your vibe?" And I said, "Coconut smooth. Baby oil drip like I'm fresh out the womb. Candlelit room. Got the thighs looking glossy. Whipped cream whistle. Call me Mr. Saucy. I don't text back. I just breathe real slow. Bend that back, boy. And let me drill you real slow." He said, "Why you glistening?" I said, "Don't worry. I moisturize daily. My passion's blurry. Belly button out like it's 1998. With a durag. Tighter than my second estate. So what you boys think?
We'll call you.
Yeah, we'll call you.
You better. I'd hate to have to turn my bars into reality.
Don't worry about it, Big Bo.
Hey, man, make sure that door is locked.
That's a bet.
Hey, I'm here to spit some bars. I'm 10 shots of vodka, 18 Budweisers, and 5 4 Locos deep right now. Got a lot to get off my chest.
Oh, dang. Piccolo, yeah, go for it, bro.
Oh, God, you know what? Go for it.
Okay, y'all. We gotta take this one real slow. This one goes out to all my homeless, horny niggas, man. You ever just be grinding on the library computer? Wi-Fi free? Gotta bust your balls before the librarian see. She got that roast beef like an Arby's sandwich. Eat it up, grateful. Have me stuttering like stick.
Get the fuck out right now. Get your drunk ass the hell out my studio. Hey, throw him out back with the garbage.
He said, "Get the fuck out now, man."
Bring your ass back in here.
17, he had to throw Piccolo drunk ass out. Oh, man.
Who's your pizza? Let me get a slice.
This pizza is the only thing keeping me sane right now. Please don't touch it.
Okay, my bad. I'll just go get Billy Talent, right?
Yes, please do that.
Hey there, Brown Sugar. Have y'all put in any second thoughts about my record deal?
Oh, hi, Big Bo. Actually, there's a different record label that's perfectly interested in you, man. They loved all your lyrics.
Oh, that sounds like a great deal to me.
Yep, just go to this address right here tonight, man, and they'll take good care of you.
I'll pay this guy a visit later tonight.
I love to hear that.
I move like a shadow. If shadows made noise, wore tap shoes to the heat, now I'm one of the boys. Came through stealthy, but I sneezed on the roof. Dropped my Glock in some soup, now it's bulletproof goo.
That's enough, man. Stop the music. Yo, get the fuck out of the studio. This shit is ass.
But I just assassinate your ass for disrespecting my flow.
Go ahead and do it. Honestly, kill me right fucking now. I would enjoy it for what I gotta do in the next couple fucking hours.
Whatever, I'm taking my talents to Bad Boys Records.
Man, we're doomed, but we're cooked.
Well, it's the end of the day. Looks like it's our time. I'm about to get folded like a laptop, and you're about to get your sugar swirled.
I'm tired of this sugar being swirled reference I got going on. I don't like it one bit.
Yo, what's good, niggas? I'm back and ready to spit some bars for y'all.
Oh, go on. You back, man? Why you sound different?
I took what 17 said to heart and got down with the culture and found myself. Now let me tell my story.
Fuck it. Why not? We have nothing else to lose.
Okay, just get in the studio then. Let's just hear something.
Okay, let's hear what you have.
Was 5 when I seen death up close, but had no say. Uncle Raditz came through, grabbed me broad day. Piccolo stepped in and said, "Boy, you gotta train." Left me in the woods, throwing hands with the rain. No cap, I was crying, little fists in the dirt. But that pain made me sharper than the edge of his shirt. Wasn't raised for the war, but it chose me regardless. Had to learn real fast that the galaxy heartless. Fast forward, now I'm at pressure in the air. Pop's dead, mom praying. Frieza didn't care. Eyes wide, felt the blood boil in my skin. First time I blacked out, thought the devil moved in. Back home, thought it's peace, but Cell came creeping. Whole world watching me, hands still bleeding. They begging me to fight, but I'm 12 with a dream. Wanted books, not beams, now I'm leading the team. Told Cell fall back, but he laughed in my face. Been crushed 16, I went numb in that place. Wasn't no scream, it was silence. Then boom, lit up the sky, whole planet felt the room. I ain't asked for the smoke, but I stayed in the fire. Tried to walk straight, but the blood pulled me higher. They think I'm weak cause I study and pray, but I'll still throw hands if you get in my way. Mama, a demon, daddy, a monster, together they made a beast. I'm Gohan, named after my gramps, now forever rest in peace.
Yes, I think we found our new hit artist.
Alright, Queen, this is exactly what we need. Yo, you got mad potential, man. Yo, we about to mix, master, and get this thing finished right now.
Let's finish this up and turn it into Beerus ASAP.
Oh, yes. This is indeed what I was looking for in a song. It really just touches
touches your soul. Hearing a backstory so unique, tragic, full of emotions. Consider yourself part of the team. Good job, boys. Y'all are free to go home.
Thank God that's over. Hopefully the people don't ask for a part 2 of this, because making this shit was exhausting.
Man, shit, we can't break the fourth wall every video. But no, yes, the fuck we can. You're right. This shit was ass to make. Yeah, man, y'all be sure to like and subscribe to this damn video. Yo, this is not easy to make. You feel me? Oh, that's my ride, bro. I'll catch you later, man.
I catch you later, homie.
Oh, it was a crazy day.
So where to tonight?
Oh, man, please, just take me home. It's been a long one.
I'm about to take you home, all right. Straight home to your bitch-ass ancestors. You sad black bitch. Don't even try. These doors locked, bitch. Yeah, you should have given me that deal, motherfucker. Now it's time to say hello to this Kamehameha.
Come on, man. Your son got the record deal. Aren't you proud?
You sad black bitch.
Bulma! I'm home. I didn't get the record deal. Those motherfuckers don't know what good rap is. As if I didn't study G-Eazy and that motherfucker from the Boondocks. Bulma, you here? Bulma! Wait a second, who the fuck is you?
I heard you wanted to hear my baby oil-filled bars.
What the hell are you talking about? Get out of my damn house!
Now you're gonna hear these bars, or else we're making beats together.
What do you mean by that?
What if Gohan trained with Beerus? Imagine this. Gohan, the once reluctant warrior, finally embraces his full potential by training with none other than Beerus, the god of destruction. Thanks to Goku and Vegeta, Gohan could make his way to Beerus' planet, joining his father and Vegeta in the ultimate training ground to unlock the true depths of his beast form. This could reignite Gohan's passion for fighting, pushing him to train like never before. Beerus would be the perfect mentor for Gohan. Why? Gohan's hidden power, fueled by his controlled rage, makes him an ideal candidate to channel Hakai energy, which thrives on destruction and instinct. While Gohan might struggle with the calm needed for Whis' angelic techniques, Beerus could guide him to master Ultra Ego, similar to Vegeta, but in his own unique way. With Beerus' training, Gohan Beast form could evolve even further. If Beast Gohan is already a match or superior to Goku's Ultra Instinct, an Ultra Ego-infused Gohan could rival even Beerus himself. His power would grow exponentially, fueled by his Saiyan rage, surpassing limits like never before. At this level, not even Broly would stand a chance. This new godly power could make Gohan the ultimate secret weapon, the ace in the hole needed to take down Black Frieza in the final battle. Could you imagine the shock on Frieza's face? That would be a fight for the ages.
He put in that work on Coma, but you know how that goes. Shout out to the big homie for this beat. Appreciate that.
Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the garden, by the door, in the bedroom, on the floor. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the middle of the night, I'm gonna be there till the morning light. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the garden, by the door, in the bedroom, on the floor. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the middle of the night, I'm gonna be there till the morning light. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the garden, by the
That'll be our Super Saturday over here. Y'all have a nice day.